Good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel Alpha Plus Education. Here I am starting a series related to Western School of Philosophy. In this series, I will discuss Western School of Philosophy one by one so that we can get adequate mastery over the content. This will not only help in your B.Ed. M.Ed courses, this video will also helpful in UGC NET, TET of different states, Central TET, as well as Uttar Pradesh Higher Education Services and recruitment of assistant professor in education in different universities. So let us discuss Western School of Philosophy one by one. This is video number one. In this video, I will discuss idealism. I am Sanjeev Kumar Jha. So let us start idealism. Learning objectives. What are the learning objectives? What is idealism? What is metaphysics according to idealism? What is epistemology according to idealism? What is axiology according to idealism? What are the fundamental principles of idealism? Aims of education according to idealism? What is curriculum according to idealism? What are the different methods of teaching according to idealism? Role of teacher according to idealism, role of students according to idealism, and discipline according to idealism, and how should be our school according to idealism. So let us discuss these points one by one. What is idealism? So idealism is the metaphysical view that associates reality to the ideas in the mind rather than to material object. It lays emphasis on the mental or spiritual components of experience, and it rejects the notion of material existence. So according to idealism, ideas are the only real thing. Okay, and this philosophy advocates about the spiritualism. So according to this philosophy, idea of table is more important than the table itself, because table is made up of material, and material world keep on changing, so the structure of table will keep on changing, so that cannot be real. So the idea of table is more important than table itself. Okay, now who is founder? Plato is the founder, one of the oldest philosophy, and its origin in ancient India and Greek. It is considered as this is derived from ideas or ideals. So this philosophy discuss beliefs on ideas and ideals. Ideas are the only reality. Ideas are the only worthy to know, because ideas are only reality. So we should know only real things. So according to idealism, we should know only ideas. Now, material world doesn't really exist. According to idealism, material world doesn't exist. There is no external reality. So the world is consist of ideas only. Mind and self is more important than matter and body. So mind and self or consciousness of a human is more important than the matter exists around him. It believes in spiritual values, truth, goodness, and beauty. That is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. So here Sundaram doesn't means external beauty, material beauty. Here Sundaram means one who believes in idealism, one who believes in the supremacy of ideas, one who is spiritual is termed as Sundar. Okay. So attainment of perfection of human being or search for truth. So one who is in continuous attempt to search of truth may be termed as Sundar. Exponents of idealism. This is very important because in several examination, UGC NET, CTET, and other examination, they give four options and says who is not the exponent of the idealism or who is exponent of the idealism. So we should know the names: Socrates, Plato, Descartes, Kant, Hegel, Froebel, William T. Harris, Skilling, Barclay, Green, and Gentile. So these are the Western exponents of the idealism. We have some Indian exponents of idealism: Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Ravindranath Tagore, Arvindo Ghosh, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, S. Radhakrishnan, Shankaracharya. So most of the ancient philosopher of India belongs to idealism only. Okay. Now metaphysics. What is metaphysics? Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that deals with reality. So what is reality according to that particular philosophy? So what is reality according to idealism? Ultimate reality is ideas, mind, self, and consciousness. These are the things which is ultimately real because material is keep on changing, and what is keep on changing cannot be real according to idealism. The world is controlled by ideas only. Reality is fixed, it doesn't change. So material is keep on changing, so material world in the is not real. Okay, what will keep on change cannot be real according to idealism. Now epistemology. What is epistemology? Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that deals with the knowledge. What is knowledge according to that particular philosophy? So here, what is knowledge according to idealism? Knowledge is the knowledge of spirituality. So according to idealism, knowledge is knowledge of spirituality. One who has knowledge of spirituality may be termed as knowledgeable according to idealism. Knowledge is obtained. How to obtain the knowledge? Knowledge is obtained through ideas. Ideas are brought into consciousness. When ideas are brought into consciousness, we obtain the knowledge. Self examination and discourses. So we examine self and we discourse with the other. Axiology. What is axiology? Axiology is the branch of philosophy that deals with the values. So, realization of ultimate aim through discipline. So, according to idealism, values is realization of ultimate aim through discipline. So, we have idealism focus on discipline for realization of ultimate aim. Self control, preservation of cultural heritage through external values. Truth, goodness, and beauty. That is Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram. We have discussed about the Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram. Fundamental principles. What are the fundamental principles according to idealism? God has created the universe. So this entire universe is created by a supreme authority which is called as God. So God is the supreme authority of the universe. Idealism believes there exists God and God has created this universe. Spiritual values are the supreme and universal. Ultimate aim of human life is self-realization. So this philosophy advocates we should be in process of self-realization according with the help of self-control, discipline. Values are absolute and unchanging. So it discuss about a fixed value. Value doesn't change with time and space. Mind and ideas constitute reality. So mind, ideas, consciousness, these are the things which constitute reality rather than material world. Faith in spiritual values. So this philosophy advocates and has faith in truth, goodness, and beauty. That is Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Aims of education according to idealism. First aim is self-realization because this is the ultimate aim of the idealism. So this is the first aim of the education, self-realization. The aim of education is to develop the self for self-realization. Universal education. Education aims to focus on the teaching of universal truth, universal facts, truth, beauty, and goodness factors. Spiritual development. So this philosophy believes in God and believes in that supremacy of God. So this aims to develop spiritual values. Cultural values. Education aims to preserve and transmit cultural values. Moral values. Education aims to develop moral values because morality will really lead to spirituality. Intelligence and rationality. So education aims to develop intelligence and rationality. So how should be curriculum according to idealism? So curriculum should be based on the philosophy, that how to achieve that philosophy. So curriculum develop according to ideas and external values. Okay. So humanistic subjects are more emphasized, and intellectuals, linguistic, literature, history, geography, mathematics, and science. These are the subject should be there in the curriculum for the intellectual development of the individual, for aesthetic development, art, poetry, music, and for moral development, theology, religion, spirituality, and ethics. Teaching methods. So, what are the teaching methods according to idealism? Idealism did not adopt any specific method. Okay. Idealism says we are not the slave of any specific teaching methods, we are the creator of those methods. So, idealism particularly doesn't depends on a specific method. Idealism advocates many methods. Idealism considers itself as a creator of methods rather than the slave of any specific method. Idealism prescribes the following teaching methods: question and answer method, developed by Socrates; lecture method; argumentation method; logical method by Hegel; conversation method by Plato; dialogue method by Plato itself; instruction by Herbert; playway method by Froebel; practice and repetition by Pastology. So these are the specific methods which discussed in the idealism. However, it doesn't advocate a specific method to adopt for things. So this portion is very important because they may ask what are the methods which is advocated by the idealism as well as who has developed the particular method. So you can get this answer from here. Now, role of a teacher. What should be the role of a teacher? Supreme and important place of the teacher. Okay, because this philosophy deals with the ideals, so one should be ideal and teacher should be ideal accordingly. So supreme, so teacher has the supreme and important place. Teacher as a gardener knows the best as how to care and develop a child like a plant. Robel suggests a teacher is at supreme position and he is a gardener. He knows how to uh, develop a child. So again, this is very important. Who says this thing? So you can see the Frobel. Spiritual guide, role model. These should be the quality of the teacher. Accept the ideas of the children because ideas are the only real ideas are the only thing to know. So teacher should also accept the ideas of the children. Facilitating thinking through idea generation. Encourage children to share their ideas. So it advocates to accept the ideas of the children. So it also advocates to facilitate children so that he can think about and so encourage children to share their ideas. Teacher is a friend, philosopher, and guide. Teacher should have an ideal personality, morality, honesty, wisdom so that children would follow them. Okay, because teacher is teacher should be ideal. Teacher encourage Teacher encourages children to understand and solve the problems by methods of analysis and synthesis. Now, role of student. So, what should be the role of student? Passive, because teacher is more active, then the student will be passive. Receiving and memorizing the lessons. So, he student is at the receiving end and he should memorize the lessons. Discipline. So, idealism advocates discipline at all the cost. Idealism advocates strict discipline at all the cost. It has special emphasis on the discipline, restraint on freedom. Freedom is to be restricted by ideals. So that is why teacher should be ideal so that student can follow them. Inner discipline, and it advocates inner discipline. So discipline should not only imposed through external, but students should evolve out of inner discipline. School. So school is a place of regular and effective education. It discusses about the school and says there should be a school which should be regular and effective. Ideal place for pleasing and joyful activities for the children. So it should also organize pleasing and joyful activities for the children. School is a place where ideals are tested, implemented, and restructured. So it discusses about the ideals, it discusses about the ideas, and they are being tested, implanted, and restructured and readopted. So this is all for this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.